You also thinking about negative thoughts, or you're wondering like how do you stop it? Like there are so many things happening. You're thinking about people who have hurt you. You're thinking about the fights you have done. You're thinking about the answers. You're thinking about all the things that have happened to you, or a certain things that just happened new, or someone tone was a little off and now you're off and you have brain fog. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel where we talk about things that you guys have been shushing away. And I am going to tell you what you're feeling is real. It's not negative by nature, or your nature is not negative. It's a luteal phase, and it literally changes how your brain processes any kind of threat, any kind of memory, any kind of emotions. So, we are going to talk about this in a very grounded, very non toxic way, and not just think positive nonsense. We're not going to do that. We're going to keep this clear. We're going to keep this very kind, because brain fog makes heavy advice useless. First and foremost, what's actually happening in your face? So now that you are in your final stage right before your periods, your progesterone it rises, and your estrogen it has dropped. Your serotonin and your dopamine drops. So when that happens, your mood it literally dips, your motivation dips, your amygdala, the threat detector, becomes more reactive. Now, any kind of threat comes, any tone comes off, you are more reactive to those things because of your amygdala. And your prefrontal cortex, that is for logic, that is for perspective, it gets tired. Okay? So your brain, now what it's doing, because your amygdala is hyperactive, it is replaying all the fights. It is rewriting all your natural reactions, what you have done as threats. So also it fixates on people who have wronged you. So what do? You create fake urgencies to resolve everything mentally. So now that this all is happening inside your brain, everything feels foggy, everything feels slower. And this is biology, okay? This is your body, inside a body that is happening. This is not your personality flaw at all. So what we have to do is rule number one, which is most important, you do not try to solve thoughts in luteal phase. You do not do that. This is where everyone does it very wrong way. Because if you try to analyze all the arguments that you have done, if you in this phase decide if someone disrespected you, or you re-evaluate your relationships, or you plan confrontations with people, or maybe you make conclusion about yourself, you will spiral. Because now in this phase, your brain, when your amygdala is super hyperactive, your brain is biased toward threat. So luteal phase is basically for observing. It's not for deciding. You cannot decide whether the tone was off, because even the tone was a little off, not much for you to react on a normal day, will perceive it as a super threat. So we are observing, we are not deciding. How do you stop the negative thought loops? We are not trying to suppress them here, okay? So what we're doing to stop the negative loop, we are first of all labeling the state. So when you label anything, it reduces the intensity overall. You know, when you label different kind of boxes at your home, and it is very easy to find them. You don't have to open up the box, and you don't have to do the treasure hunt there to find one particular thing. If you have labeled the box, so this is jewelry, you know there is jewelry in there. That's what we're going to do. We are going to label the state. When a thought comes, when a thought starts, you are going to say, this is luteal phase. This is luteal thinking. This is not some kind of a war against me. This is not a movie where I have to do all the actions right now. This is just a phase. And you have to just say it out loud if possible. And this works, okay? This works. And when you label something, when you label a state in your head, it kind of activates your prefrontal cortex. It separates you from a thought. It separates you that you are not thinking badly. Your brain now is in low fuel mood. You are just resting. Your body is resting. So now, when you have labeled a thought, you are going to use, you're going to make a list, basically. You're going to make a later list for fight and for people. So now your brain is looking for a closure. So what you're going to do, you're going to give your brain a container. You're going to write person's name, okay? Let's say Sam. One sentence, revisit after period. Okay? So like you're gonna write Sam interrupted me. Revisit next week. Okay? We have resolved that we are not doing any kind of emotional analysis in our head, or we are not going to rewrite everything. We are not going to do the history check on them or emotional essay. Oh, he did that. Not any kind of mental thinking that you're doing. You just park your thought. Now your brain, when it will finally know that okay, we have to revisit him after the periods. So when it knows, when your brain knows, it will relax for a little time, and it will know that it won't be forgotten, that you will deal with it when the time comes. Okay, number 3, we are going to stop all the mental conversations, and this is huge, okay? The mental conversation. So what Luteal phase love? It loves all the imaginary arguments that you're having in your head. What you should have said, that proving your point, because your brain, because your face is basically amygdala, is asking you to react or prove your point. You're going to interrupt gently, okay? You're gonna say, we are not rehearsing conversations today. When the conversation replays, you're gonna say, we are not rehearsing conversation today. And then once you say that, you're gonna change your posture. Either you're gonna stand up, either you're gonna sit down, either you're gonna sip something warm. You look at something physical, a plant, a window, a wall, and this will change you from rumination to sensory grounding. You're gonna ground yourself, you're gonna touch something, you're gonna feel something. And once you do that, your brain fog, it will reduce. Brain fog means reduce input, not increase effort. Okay, so because you're foggy, because your brain is completely fogged, thinking makes it much more worse. So what you're going to do for your brain fog, you're going to make very less decisions. Okay, fewer decisions, fewer people, fewer conversations, and fewer opinions. Keep your opinion to yourself in this space, including all the social media. Think of Luteal phase as your power saving mode. You don't have to optimize, you don't have to overdo everything, you just have to preserve yourself. Your emotional first aid. The first thing is dump and destroy. Write everything negative and petty. Okay, you're not going to censor anything, you're not going to keep yourself from saying more negative things. Just write it down, no censoring. Rip the paper or delete it. This will clear your mental RAM. You have another option, that is body based reset. So it is sometimes better than journaling. So you're gonna do a hot shower, you're gonna do a heated blanket, you're gonna do a slow walk or a gentle stretching. So progesterone, it responds well to warmth and slowness. So you're gonna do all of those things. What you are not going to do, and it is very important, you are not going to reread old messages. For all these girls out there, do not read old messages. Do not recheck the tone of the conversations with anyone, with your friend, with your ex, with your mother. Do not recheck the tone. Don't decide who does not respect you. Okay, do not make any big emotional declarations. Do not confront people who, unless it is absolutely necessary. And this is, save these for another days of your cycle. Reframe that helps you emotionally. You have to do that, not spiritually. Instead of why I am like this, you have to try saying my system is now asking for protection and softness. Your negativity is not hatred, it's fatigue, it's lowered resilience. Simple daily few things for these phases, and use it when your mind spirals. Nothing needs to be fixed today. Say it again, like nothing needs to be fixed today. Yes, thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up or comment about your luteal phases. And I will see you next time. Take care.